Ever wondered how to make the perfect steak? It all starts with choosing the right cut. Selecting a quality piece of steak, such as beef or lamb, is a pivotal first step. You'll want to look for a thick-cut piece, as this will ensure your steak is juicy and flavorful. The cut of your steak significantly affects the taste and texture of the final dish. For instance, a ribeye cut is known for its rich, buttery flavor, while a sirloin offers a leaner yet still incredibly tasty experience. On the other hand, a fillet cut, while being the leanest of all, is famous for its tenderness. So, your choice of cut can truly make or break your steak dinner. Do some research, ask your butcher, or simply follow your taste buds. Remember, a good steak starts with a good cut. Once you've got your perfect cut, it's time to add some flavor with seasoning. The beauty of steak is that it pairs well with a variety of spices and herbs, allowing you to make it your own. Start with the basics, a good sprinkle of salt and a generous grind of black pepper. These two work together to enhance the natural flavor of the steak without overpowering it. Now let's get creative. You can add minced garlic for a hint of pungency, dried onion for a touch of sweetness, or even a sprinkle of parsley for a fresh, herby note. Feel free to experiment with your favorite spices and herbs. The goal here is to complement the rich taste of the steak and not to mask it. Remember, seasoning is more than just adding flavor. It's about creating a balance that brings out the best in your steak. A well-seasoned steak can elevate your dish to the next level. Now that our steak is seasoned, let's get our pan ready. The choice of the pan is crucial. A large, heavy-bottomed pan provides ample space and even heat distribution, so we'll heat up our pan over medium-high heat. Remember, the pan needs to be hot but not smoking. To prevent the steak from sticking and to add more flavor, we'll add a little oil or butter to the pan. If you're using butter, be sure it's unsalted. We don't want to overpower our carefully chosen seasonings. Patience is key here. Wait for the oil or butter to heat up properly before adding the steak. If the pan isn't hot enough, the steak may stick, and you won't get that nice caramelized crust. But be careful. Too hot, and the steak will burn. It's a delicate balance, but don't worry. With a little practice, you'll get it just right. A hot pan is key to a perfectly cooked steak. The pan's hot and we're ready to cook? Placing our seasoned steak in the pan will let it sear for about 2 minutes. This is where the magic happens. A beautiful caramelized crust forms, locking in all the flavors. And now, the moment of truth. We flip the steak. A pair of tongs is your best friend here. Careful not to pierce the steak and let those delicious juices escape. Another 2 minutes on this side should do the trick for a medium rare steak. However, the cooking time may vary depending on the thickness of your steak and your preferred level of doneness. For a rare steak, you'd want to cook your steak for a minute less on each side. If you prefer a well-done steak, add a minute or two to each side. But remember, overcooking can make your steak tough. Remember, patience is key when cooking steak. Our steak is cooked, but we're not quite done yet. The next step is crucial and often overlooked: resting the steak. You see, when you cook a steak, the heat drives the juices towards the center. By resting, we're allowing the juices to redistribute throughout the steak, ensuring each bite is as juicy and flavorful as possible. Here's a handy tip. Cover the steak with a piece of aluminum foil. This creates a warm environment that helps the juices flow back through the steak. Aim to rest your steak for about 5 to 10 minutes. Now, onto the final part, slicing and serving. When cutting your steak, always slice against the grain. This shortens the muscle fibers, making the steak easier to chew. And remember, serve your steak promptly. The sooner it's enjoyed, the better it tastes. And there you have it, a perfectly cooked steak in 5 easy steps. Enjoy!